Step 1. To look into for designing teaching material. What tool English language learning materials have? In general, when we talk about teaching materials or resources, we refer to a series of means or instruments that favor the teaching and learning process. Within this process, the mediating function of material could be represented as follows: teacher, teaching, materials, students, learning. At present, learning is conceived as an active and dynamic process that involves selecting information, processing, and organization it, relating it to her previous experience and cognitive, using it in appropriate contexts and situations, evaluating it and reflecting of the effectiveness of the results. The material MOOCs facilitate the progressive construction of content through significant learning that will enrich the complex cognitive structure of the students. We believe that the materials we use for teaching and learning English or any other language must be designed and used in accordance with the previous appropriations and in a way that favors the development of A. Oral and written communication competence, both in linguistics and communicative activities, as well as in abilities, skills, strategies, and procedures that promote an adequate use of oral and written English. Attitudes and values that favor certain autonomy and self-regulation of learning. C. Self-evaluation of teaching and learning process. To meet all text objectives, there must be certain alternation of roles between teachers and students when using the materials for teaching and learning. Teacher will be able to use the material as source of information that the student will receive, select, organize, and assimilate based on their individual characteristics. Other times, the teacher will act as a mediator or facilitator of learning, and it will be the student who autonomously and with the help of the curricular materials used will regulate and will be responsible for what they learn. When we use the curricular materials, we can use them in a referential way, with the teacher acting as an informant and the student acts as a receiver on the content, or in a more experiential way when we invite the students to experiment with the select resource. The experimental approach is more effective because it's usually more meaningful and relevant to students, to the extent that the materials lead to more experienced situations. The greater the internationality of the values and attitudes that these materials convey. Well, there is a relationship between the values that are transmitted in the text that we use in class and those that the students work. In this sense, it is essential that the material used reflects the plurality of race, religions, and beliefs that exist in contemporary society. Proposal for principal approach to the development of ELT materials. The implementation of a method for or approach implies its materialization in a series of material conducive to achieving previously established objectives, and which must also take into account some needs that of the student has previously defined. Approaches such as what gives leadness to following the development and a tax-based course. What is the best tax? Here we spare a tax is divided or how to balance meaning and form among others. Due to the various variables that interact in the development of a curriculum, the educational professional whose goal is to develop the programming of a foreign language course has to know that he or she faces a frankly complicated text. The achievement of the objectives according to previous needs, their formalization as teaching materials, and the subsequent evaluation of the objectives represent for the teacher an exercise that implies having certain knowledge and always little time. Unavoidable questions such as where are the student needs? Can they be know its events? What approach to take? What theory of the nature of language support the chosen method? What should for on men improve? How and when it's evaluated? Among others. Nowadays, it can be said that it's widely agreed that a program for the teaching of foreign language must consider three factors: the communicative approach, including the social and intercultural factor, student-centered teaching and process orientation, plus the social factor of teaching and the intercultural factor of this teaching. Thanks.